Didn't the sun just come out like that? It was gloomy a minute ago.
Word.
Ra shining his light on me. Salute, family. This is Redpill representing Know the Ledge, representing Kings County, representing Baba TV, representing HOK. You know what I'm saying? Salute. You know what I mean? We gather here today to build about what we have coming up in the future. I am proud to announce that I have an upcoming lecture, presentation. I would want to call it a seminar rather, entitled that The Revolution Will Be Digitized. Okay? The revolution will be digitized. What we're going to be touching on is technology in the 21st century amongst inside of this electrified age. What we're going to be talking about is how we can, as a community, but as a network first and foremost, come together, join forces, and economically take ourselves into a realm that we've never seen ourselves in, I would say ever since our dynasties fell. All right, or ever since the Black Wall Street, you know, the roaring 20s, when our people were doing for themselves and doing very well. One of the most important things that our family in 100 years prior was demonstrating was how to come together as networks. Okay, when you do the research on the history of our people, it was them coming together through religion. In some cases, the different churches, the black churches were coming together and forming what? A network. Then you had the Garvey movement, where he was going to different organizations. He was speaking to the working man and woman. The bourgeoisie tried to take him out of the game, the boule. But he was speaking the language of the working man and woman, and they came together as a network. And that's how you see the success of Garvey. Then you have other movements like the one that Noble Drew Ali started when he brought together our brothers and sisters in the from the Islamic fold, and then he started his movement by bringing together different networks. The Canaanite Society, the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Divine Movement, all of these different organizations came together. Then he built a network, and then you see success. Elijah Muhammad also took that same formula and applied it, and if our people pay attention, this is where he attributes his success. He brought the nation together, okay? So that was the remnants of the Moorish Science Temple of America, brothers and sisters from other folds of life. When Malcolm X, when our brother El Malik Shabazz came home and he started busting his gun and he got on his soapbox and he began preaching and he began teaching, he brought in millions of people. When Cassius Clay became Muhammad Ali, he brought in millions of people. After every single Savior's Day, they were building up their network. The network was growing. Farms were being bought. Factories were being opened up. Stores were being opened up. Industries were being born. So what we're going to be talking about in this presentation is how we can apply what our ancestors were doing in their glorious past and even prior before that, and how can we apply it in today's society with the utilage or the usage of technology. One of the most profound pieces of, I say, weaponry, because you could weaponize it, or assets, resources that we have at our disposal in these days and times. It's almost like playing with magic. But we're going to get a little deeper into that. We're also going to talk about the history of technology, or rather the computer age, the technological age. We're going to talk about the binary code system. How does that apply to the divination system, to the African traditional magic systems? We're going to talk about the origin of, many of the resources that build up the microchip. We're going to talk about the origin of algorithms. We're going to show you that not only are you responsible, not only is your fingerprints and your DNA all over technology these days and times, I'm also going to show you when all of our prophets, all of our messengers, I call it the Trinity of consciousness, the triad, the trilogy. You have Marcus Mosiah Garvey, you have Elijah Muhammad, and you have Noble Drew Ali, the brothers that I was talking about from 100 years ago, that 100-year dynasty. Each one of them spoke about the importance of technology and how it's going to be utilized in the future, because they were futurists, they were prophets as well as messengers of their days and times, but they speak into the future because that's what Heru and Tahuti do. They speak things into the future. So they spoke about using technology and the gift of technology, and how technology will be embraced by our people, and how it will be used to enrich us, to empower us, and to get us educated. What is it doing right now? In the information age, our brothers and sisters now have access to a wealth of knowledge that they never had access to before. If you didn't have a library pass, or if you wasn't in some kind of study group and whatnot, or if you wasn't a part of an organization where studying is the foundation of it, you would never have access to the amount of information that you have access to in the click of a button. Okay? So we're going to talk about digital real estate. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the digital real estate, the whole domains, the power of the domain. All right? Family, I don't know if you realize that a website is digital real estate. The revolution will not be televised, it will be digitized. Now, it only costs $5 to buy a domain name. But that one domain name, it's like Monopoly. It's a plot of land. When you buy it, it's just a plot of land. But then you build on top of it. You build your network, or you build your house, or you build your mansion, right? And by doing such, you begin bringing people, you bring traffic, you can monetize your mansion or your house or whatever, or your brick and mortar. So brick and mortar goes into click and order. So now your store is online, so you don't pay rent, gas bills and things like that. You just build up your economy, and now you have a cash cow. All right, similar to what people do when they buy houses, real estate, but you're not paying any mortgage. But you could flip that. People could sell domain names. I think the highest a domain name was pitched was for, I think, $2 million. Somebody wanted to pay $2 million for the name that somebody else had. So that person took that house and flipped it. Now you take that $2 million and you buy 2 million other houses, or 200 million for that matter, whatever. But if you understand where I'm taking this, like the same amount of money that Google.com was bought for is the same amount of money that you buy your website for. So sky's the limit at this point. Okay? We're going to show you that everything that our ancestors were talking about and everything that they were doing is being done right now in cyberspace, in a light realm, in the age of the electrified realms. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That the whole thing that you see with the peer-to-peer sites, okay? The whole thing that you see with, you know, one of the sites I use for an example is Airbnb. Airbnb deals with, you know, I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm gonna come, you know what I'm saying? I'll come full circle with that. You know what I mean? But Airbnb and Uber and other things, those are examples of peer-to-peer networks. So a peer-to-peer network is, if I live in a certain state and I need something from somebody who I don't know, but they're part of a network, I just reach out to them. Craigslist is peer-to-peer. eBay is peer-to-peer. Peers, cut the middleman out, not right? So peers dealing with their peers. That's your community right there. That's communal. That's what we were doing as Moors when we were, you know, merchants in the 7 seas. We were going to deal with our peers and do trade with them and sell them stuff and buy stuff from them and do all of these other things. When we were when we had the Kemetic Empire, we were going across different continents. You know what I'm saying? And we were doing trade and we were building with our peers. We were sharing information. We was receiving information. We were doing peer-to-peer networking. Inside of the conscious community, you have multiple schools of thought. Rastafarian, Nyabingi, Hebrew Israelites, Moorish Science, Nation of Islam, Fruit of Islam, Nation of Gods and Earth, Metaphysics, Occultism, New Covenant, Islam, or Orthodox Islam, Unorthodox Islam. You got your brothers that deal with the Hindu, the whole Hindu, the Naga stuff. You got our brothers and sisters that are on a meditative yoga type of, you know, spirit knowledge. So that's your new network. That's your peer to peer. I have a lot in common with you, more in common than I have differences. We're part of a network now. We're part of a community now. The advantage that the internet is providing communities and networks is they have the power now to enrich in many ways, financially, educationally, spiritually, information-wise, all kind of ways. Now they have the power to enrich these networks by the peers working with the peers. Okay? So inside of this conscious network or community, because we have these different schools of thought and these different schools of knowledge, we are now talking about numbers that are in the millions. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. This whole digital technological age is dealing with numbers. It's all about numbers. It's all mathematical. Okay? When you're dealing with the internet, you tell me if I'm bugging or not. Isn't that how many hits you have? Isn't that how many followers you have? Isn't that how many likes you have? Isn't that how many views on YouTube you have? The one with the most views have the most power. Facts?
That's right.
This thing is a numbers game now. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Oh, you claim that you have a community? Prove that. You understand what I'm saying? Prove that in your numbers. You hot like that, word? Well, let me see your number game. Okay? Let me see you get on your Bobby Shmurda. Get 30 million hits and all of that. You understand? By having those numbers, they dictated a seat at the table, an audience. You got a deal off of that. But it's so much other stuff when things go viral. So this whole game now is about the viral. So the numbers just show that you're growing exponentially, that you're merging into different markets, and that your market pays attention to you. So now you've commodified yourself, man. I don't think our brothers and sisters understand the era that we living in. It's almost to the point that you can't even, if you complain, you giving yourself away. If you're running around complaining, you just giving yourself away that you don't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? That you completely out of the loop, you not plugged in, you marginalizing your thought, you still in the motherfucking pot. And there's nothing wrong with that because, shit, maybe last week I was saying this, I was on that rant. It goes back and forth. You know what I mean? It depends on your state, the state of mind that you in when you get exposed to this information. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. There's a boom taking place, not just in New York, not in Silicon Valley and San Fran, not in Atlanta. It's a boom taking place wherever the hell you at, if you participate in it, because all you have to do is tap into this digital electrified light. Then Valentine talked to you about the light codes, the realm of the unseen. Riddle me this. This is $1 million question. Where's cyberspace? And don't say in a server. Where is it? We exist in it. Where is it at? Like, what does it look like? Where is it at? Where's its home? Where's its destination? Don't tell me Sirius B either. It's the light realm. It's the realm of the unseen. It's almost spiritual because it's powerful. And people are making trillions of dollars on it. All right? And we're responsible. We're some of the ones where, once again, you're the founder, you're responsible, you're part of the founding team of that expression or that era or that age right there. So everything is coming to pass as it was predicted. Nothing is going, this shit, look, it's crazy out here in these streets. And it was supposed to be crazy out here in these streets. It was predicted to be such. So knowledge is power. Once you understand that, you navigate. This is the Matrix. How the hell you in the Matrix? They explained to you what the Matrix was. That was facts. And you understand what the Matrix is, but you come in the Matrix to complain about the Matrix? You watched the movie 20 times? Peace. You explain, you complaining about a motherfucking program? And we showing you, we doing psychological surveys in these streets. We showing you the test, where the people's minds is at. So you Neo in the Matrix. You can't talk to anybody about this. They turn into Agent Smith. You got to be amongst the oracles and the key makers and the Merovingians and all of that. And that's how you move your pieces on the chessboard. This isn't for everybody. Okay? We're trying to get back to Zion, so we have to work together inside of the network, inside of the matrix, if we want to get through this matrix. Facts. You'll make it hard on yourself if you don't adapt the mentality of belonging to a network that is empowered just with their numbers alone. I don't care about what you believe, because that shit changes with every single YouTube video. It doesn't matter to me. If you believe in yourself, and if you believe in your people, and if you believe that you control this destiny, and it's this reality that you live in, your reality, then we have a lot in common. And if we belong to a network, and all we ask for is to put up $1 or $10 or $100 or $1,000 for projects, group projects that we're having, ideas and concepts that will help move us together in the future and our children's children, then if you can't see yourself doing that, then we might not be part of the same network. But I tell you this, and I can guarantee you this, and I could put money on this and my life on this, that network that I just described, when that network begins to do what it does and thrive, you will see the mistakes that you made by underestimating the power of the network, conscious network, which is a niche. There's many networks, so don't start, you know what I mean, because we're so competitive. Don't worry about what other networks are doing. Focus on your network. Stop worrying about other people. Leave them alone. You got too much to do. You in the throes, in the thresholds of a new movement. Facts. This is not a spectator sport. This is not sports. I know y'all niggas got rookie cards of all of the teachers, but it's not. It's kind of like a sport. It's a sport of the gods, but it's not a sport because you are all playing your part. It's not a spectator sport. You can't be in the bleachers and just watch. The way that this game works, this is the Matrix. You gotta throw your hand in. You gotta play your part. You might be the key maker and the keys is on your waist when we need you to open the door. Know what I'm talking about? Yep. You might be somebody that we need to put in some kind of work. Anybody, you know what I mean? You may be somebody that we need their expertise and their intellect about all things technological, because I don't know everything. But I'm Redpill, so I know enough to initiate a conversation. Add on if you have information that we can add on to enrich the minds and the visions of our people, because I'm planting seeds right now. It'll germinate throughout time and history if you don't get it. But there's people who understand completely what I'm talking about. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? And if we just understand that everything is okay. I'm tired of hearing people, because you know what I mean, like there's no power in complaining. There's no power in worrying. You know what I'm saying? There's no divinity. You know what I'm saying? Crying. It's only fear. It's not love. You know what I mean? It's only hate. Not building right. You know what I mean? So when you embrace this power, when you embrace that divinity, when you start doing and building, you releasing apps. Yo, I just released 10 apps today. You know what I'm talking about? They projected to do a few million each. You know, business, but providing services. You know, changing the game. Wait till y'all see what we coming with. You know, I'm not at bay, or I'm not even. You know, I can't even give everything out right now, because that's trade secrets. You know what I'm saying? Because we are talking about economics at this point. We are talking about business. We all have to be able to embrace that. Even if we don't, some people say, well, I have a 9 to 5, you know, so that, bruh, stop that. What are you talking about? How does that dictate who you are? How does that define who you are? You got a gig right now. What does that have to do with learning about entrepreneurship? Learning about the digital era, learning about the internet era, learning about network marketing. These are tools that you apply. So you got some clips and you got some shit in your clip, because this is the conversation of the future. Bet that your boss is talking like that. That's their conversation. They don't even meet you at the water cooler to talk to you no more, because they online talking that real talk. You know, so no, you can't use that excuse. The information is free. It's out there. Almost every question that you may have about it could be found on Google by asking Google that question. It'll take you through a lot of wormholes, and you'll be able to just absorb a lot of information. You know what I mean? You get a little bit of information from us, the glossary, learn the words, learn the terminology, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be all right. You know what I mean? You will be all right. But it's a lot of stuff going on in that realm right now. We are participating in that realm. We got tablets, we got smartphones, we got laptops, we got desktops. We online on Xbox. We in the digital realm. We in that light realm. Participating in the matrix. But if you playing games and you not making games, you can make games. You can make apps. Like you too could be in the app store. It don't have to be, you know, it's not something beyond what we could do. Nothing representing, and it goes back to the conversation that I was having about our culture. We didn't even begin to talk about the culture that we belong to, the richness of the culture. I'm not just talking about the hip hop culture. I'm talking about the culture for millennia. I'm talking about these cultures. I'm talking about that. This is our culture. You know what I'm saying? This is the richness of our culture. Don't ever think for 1 minute that any land that you on is not built on top of these cultures. This rich culture, whether you're in South America, Central America, the Caribbean, those cultures out there were Kemetic in their nature as well. You know what I'm saying? Go get Horace Butler when rocks cry out. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most 90% of the world's precious stones are found in Brazil. You know what I mean? Then we have our Kemetic culture. But this sister right here looks like she's from South America. Like, right? Like a South American goddess, a Peruvian goddess. You know, if you fall in love with the Olmecs heads, you gotta, you know what I mean? Then the people that were there, they worthy of some kind of respect. They do something. So anyway, these cultures, when you apply what is taking place in technology into these cultures, when you apply your culture to app development, okay? I'll tell you what the European does. Or not even, let me stop. I'll rewind that. It's not even about European, because it's many people doing this. Your own people are doing it. This is not a color thing. It has nothing to do with anything of that. We're talking frequency, energy talk, intelligentsia. Where's your mind? You got people coming together in what is known as accelerators and incubators, right? That would be like an office space that we would rent out. Let's say that we have a loft or something and we open it up. We have a 3D printer. We got a lawyer present, right? Somebody who's good with paperwork, like you got your Moores and stuff. And we have different companies, startups coming together, right? And just building, just networking, and talking about their ideas, and talking about how they're gonna go about getting funding for the ideas, how they're gonna create prototypes, how they're gonna get them exposed, how they're gonna market it and promote it. Everybody's just coming together to brainstorm, right? To build, like how we do in these streets. We be building. But now you're in an organized structure. Now you're inside, like, look, they got this. Like, let's say that we were to rent something out like that. Right? Each one of the companies have a rent. They pay for their desks. So it might be $300 a week, you know, for 10 companies and whatnot. So that's paying your rent. That's covering your overhead. Then you come together and you just start building. Coming up with ideas, you coming up with concepts, you know what I'm saying? Then the companies start getting funded. You feel what I'm saying? Then they go and they develop the prototype. Then they go and they start either crowdfunding campaigns where they're using peer-to-peer networks. Again, they're putting an idea, their concept online for millions of people who are on that website to say, you know what? That's a great idea. That's a great concept. You know what I'm saying? I might put $10 on it. I want that to be created. I might put $100 on that. I want that to be created. Similar to us being in a community, being on like Sinetta's TV or KTL and other places and telling the community what it is that we're doing and what we want to do, right? Now, if we took that into the realm of crowdfunding on the platforms of crowdfunding, I could say, yo, I need $10,000 to put Kings County in factories, right? So I could get the machinery, I could get the kind of, I need a factory space, and I need the machinery that's needed to create this in mass production. So then I could begin hiring my brothers and sisters in different states around, not just America, but we're global. So around the world, around the globe, they could begin getting this in different stores. They could get these brands into different doors, right? Or they could become affiliate marketers and they could sell it themselves off of their websites and things of that nature. But this is an authentic brand that was made in Harlem, right? That's part of the pioneer of what you know now as conscious clothing. You dig what I'm saying? So it holds its weight. So, you know, these are just small examples. I would do a crowdfunding campaign and my people would be like, you know what? Redpill been out there for many, many years. He's proven himself. I want to see the company grow. That's my brother, right? I love my brother, right? This is how the conscious community is supposed to be working. I love my brother. I want to see my brother win. Boom. Here's $100, Red. I never met you, but I've listened to your shows, all 350 of your blog talk shows, with everybody in the community as a guest. I've watched your YouTube videos, all 180 of those, with everybody in the conscious community. No arguing, no fighting, no network building. That's what you'll see in all of the demonstrations. And that's not to take away from anybody else. But all you see with Know the Ledge, we have every single, like, think about it. Every Tuesdays and Fridays for 5 years straight, me and my brother Blue Pill broadcasting, and we always manage to bring on a representative, a scholar, somebody from inside of the conscious community. Facts?
Yep.
They come from every single different walk of life. The Nation of Islam, the Fruit of Islam, my Kemetic brothers, Horace Butler been there, Phil Valentine been there, Dr. Sabi been there, Polite started on there. You know what I'm saying? Many people started on there. Umar Johnson was on there in his earlier, you know, a lot of people were introduced in that ways. So we Taj, Raz, I mean, the list goes on, family. It's 300 some odd episodes, and every episode has a different guest. And all I did, the main purpose of doing that is to show our family that your network is your net worth. Right? Your network is your net worth. So our value is priceless. You can't even put a price tag. You can't buy us out. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
As a community though, I'm not speaking individual. I'm not Bobby. I ain't gonna smurder dance on you today. I'm not trying to style on you. What I'm saying though is, as a network and as a community, we are priceless. Once you're able to adapt that way of seeing yourself inside of your expression in this community and those that you're around, then only will you begin to see what it is that I'm talking about when I say that we are going to show you, and the revolution will be digitized, and that revolution R has a circle around it for all rights reserved. It's really that the evolution will be digitized. Okay? Your evolution will be digitized. I too used to suffer from technophobia, put on me in the 80s and whatnot. My people didn't understand, but still, I got over that. And now I know what I'm seeing. I'm Red Pill, I'm part of the Matrix, so I'm gonna talk to you in that language. So, I would do a campaign for my clothing line. I would get funded. Now Red Pill is in place. Kings County is in a position now where we could create jobs, we could create opportunity. We now become more of an asset to the community, right? Because we belong to a community that's millions of people strong, and they say that, Red Pill, you doing your thing, bro. I appreciate what you're doing, bro. You helping us out, man. I love what you and your brothers doing. I love the dedication. I love what you and Sinetta's doing. I love what you and Baba TV is doing. Yo, Baba, man, I love what you're doing, Baba. You my G, man. Yo, you showing me a side of life that I didn't know existed. This is media that you can't find nowhere else. We had to tell them the other day in Brooklyn when we did the backstage. Bruh, they asked what kind of media y'all are. Huh? We the galactic media, like, you know what I'm saying? We broadcasting all around the atmosphere, the universe. Yo, Sinetta, son, they coming up town like it's like they on tour, like they come to the Apollo, they coming right here to the consciousness, the Apollo consciousness. Who is Apollo? Come on, family, it's showtime. They coming right there. So that same kind of congratulation and adulation in the real world, in this realm, translates into dollars or bitcoins, because we're gonna talk about that as well. You asked for it and you got everything that you asked for. All of the work in your altar, I could show you how it came to pass. It's been created already. Facts. It's been created already. You just don't know this. You know what I'm saying? Crowdfunding is a godsend if you know what you're doing, if you know how to work with it. It's everything that you needed and you was asking for to fund all of your ideas, all of your concepts, all of the stuff that our ancestors put out. Do you know we could start making movies out of all of the books that Dr. Ben and them wrote? Huh? Some of the Malachi Z. York stuff could become an animated feature. I'm giving you too much. Y'all gotta come check this out. You know what I mean? I could go all day and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so much. But that's just a brief synopsis of what you're gonna see. I'm aiming at putting it in a film form, but if not, my first presentation is just gonna be the preliminaries, because it's a lot to talk about. KTL University is right around the corner. We're gonna be doing university online courses for this information. This ain't, believe me, and it's all put out in course form. I'm just rambling it right now because the Spirit speaks to me. You know, but it's all there. It is all there. I got professionals on my team, people who have attributed all kind of information. Shout out to D. Miller L. Shout out to my brother Michael Singleton. Shout out to my brother Leku. You know what I'm saying? It's the list goes on. There's a few other brothers out there that are very sharp and very astute when it comes to technology. We're gonna be the ones teaching these classes because our people have to know this information. This is the future information. The future's taking place right now in your face. You don't even have an inkling about what is happening. The majority of us. Facts. Because if we did, the conversation would be different. Don't rock me to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, if you know it, you're not saying nothing. You're not talking about it. You're not blowing the trumpet. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm speaking to my brothers in the industry and the brothers that have disposable income. This is your time to shine. This is your saving grace. This is how you become a Billy overnight, because you sitting on a few M's, like a few hundred M's. You will blow 50, if you would go out and blow 50 racks in King of Diamonds, holla at me. I could show you how blowing 50 racks with us will make you the King of Diamonds. Family, check us out. This is part of the collection that we have over in our store, kingscounty.bigcartel.com. Kings County is a store, an online store for all of the conscious brands that we have in our community that are out making noise right now. Shout out to my brother Heru Supreme. Shout out to all of the designers who are part of Kings County. I salute you. Family, thank you for all of the support. What we're going to do is continue to raise the bar and bring you quality exclusive pieces that you can only find on kingscounty.com, so you can rep that God, you can rep that royal, you can rep, you know what I'm saying, you could be the sharpest that you can be in your uniform. Peter Parker's only Peter Parker until he puts on that Spider-Man outfit. Clark Kent is only Clark Kent until he takes those glasses off and that cape comes out. That's your uniform. That's your God uniform. When we put on our uniforms in the NOI and the FOI and square up, it's the uniform that creates that. So I have fashioned fabric of the gods, imagery and motifs, and iconography of your greatness. When you wear this, you are in a cultural war against the culture vultures, but you're representing you and your higher self. So carry yourself as such. You know what I'm saying? kingscounty.bigcartel.com. Salute. We got that fall and that holiday line coming up. You will be pleasantly surprised when you see what we got to offer. All right? And this is for women, men, and the children, the babies. Holla at us. Peace.